We're here with Targa Events Director Ross Tapper, just to have a bit of a chat about Rally Sprint. Obviously, Rally Sprint's now finished, had over 400 competitors, 5 rounds. Ross, how did it go?
Absolutely brilliant, Will. As you know, the last round we had 100 entrants in it, which is our best ever and the best season. Been great. It's not only the competition, but it's also the social atmosphere that this event creates out in the service park, with everyone enjoying, and then all the social media comments after. It's just a great event to watch and be part of.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I love doing rally sprints myself and just getting out there with all my mates and comparing times and all that sort of stuff. It's just fantastic.
Yeah, I based it, like, well, this is our 9th year, we based it on Thursday night yachting on the river. I'm thinking, well, all these yachts are out on a Thursday night, why can't those who love cars do something similar? So, and it's working well and getting better every year, and just the social atmosphere of people who love their cars and their motorsport, having some fun.
Yep. And you've had a fantastic array of cars down there as well, from little old mini miners and to latest, you know, spec R35 GTRs, you know, and Porsches and all sorts of stuff.
Completely, mate. Absolutely terrific performance. You sit on the start line and every car is a different car. It's not as if we've got 55 Subarus lining up. It's complete range of cars. So if you love cars or love motorsport, everything's there in this event. Fantastic,
fantastic. And you've got some more events coming up. I see you've got Targa Southwest coming up on the 17th and 19th of May. The Make Smoking History Targa Southwest. How's the preparations for that going?
Well advanced. The road check was done a couple of weeks ago, so that's all ready to go. The road books will be out soon. All the approvals for the roads are all done. It's pretty much the same event as what we've been running. We'll still be running the Pemberton to Northcliffe Road to try and make it a little bit more safer, I suppose. We're putting in some virtual chicanes, which is, some people love, which will be a bit of a challenge in there. And the Northcliffe people will be waiting with the infamous or the famous lunches that they have down there, and of course the dinner on Saturday night. Once again, makes it a really good social weekend.
Well, I heard some of the competitors last year talking about the lunch and how they managed to get a couple of them. So when they had a little bit of a breakdown with the car, you're getting one from an official as he went past, and then one again later on.
It wouldn't have been our blackers, was it, who sat on the edge of the road thinking, poor me, and everyone left him a lunch as they went past.
So I heard that rumour. So, and the town stages in Manjimup and Pemberton again are on?
Yeah, the 2 town stages is on. Certainly looking for officials, if I can use this to put out anyone who can come down and help. Be much appreciated. Those town stages take a lot of people to put together, so we're chasing some officials to help do that, either locals or come down from Perth for a great weekend, and so we're looking forward to it. And
I see you've got the electric car tour back on.
Yeah. We've already had some contact from a few of the electric guys who want to come over and have a play, so, and it's a great opportunity for them. It's a smaller event, whereas Targa West is a bit harder for them to do. In a great area, and of course the lithium mine just around the corner in Greenbush is where all the batteries start from.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Well, Tesla's just invested in that plant down there as well, so it's a fantastic project.
Yeah, and Florian from Gemtech is passionate about his electric cars and the new technology. So he helps us put all that together as well, so looking forward to that.
Oh, fantastic. So look, we are looking for officials for Targa Southwest to help, so feel free to come down and give a head. It would be fantastic to have you down there.
Just get onto our website, targasouthwest.com.au, click on officials, and we help where we can with a little bit of finance towards the accommodation to help people out, and a discounted dinner on Saturday night, so it's a great weekend for everybody.
The dinner's a great catch-up too, to tell stories about the day and what's gone on and so forth. I love going to the dinners.
Yep. Yeah.
So, and then the next event from there, GT Fabrication Bunbury Sprint.
Yeah, entries have now been open for a few weeks, but in the first 3 days we went over 100 entries. So this event here down here in Bunbury is amazing. It's people just love it, and they're all waiting. People are entering before entries were open.
Yep.
That's how keen everyone is to be about it. So that'll be another big weekend. Last year we started the Grab a Granny thing on the Saturday morning, where a few of you guys took some people
I got 3 phone numbers out of that.
And some of them told the same story 3 times because they'd forgotten that they'd told it. But
oh, it's good fun.
But it was good fun, and the scrutineering down there at the TAFE, they just welcome us with open arms. They love it as well, and we try and extend the show and shine in Victoria Street all the way down past the Rose Hotel, so that'll be bigger, and try and get some local cars and bikes, of the hot rods and motorbikes from the area.
Yep.
Go on display, and then the Sunday is just non-stop competition.
Yep.
And once again, we'll go odds and evens, so that the guys with odd numbers can go and watch the even numbers go and compete. So it'll be a good fun day.
Yeah, I enjoy that side of it because I get to go and see some of the other guys that I would normally be racing
That's
against,
right.
just to
Yep.
go and watch them and see whether they corner and how they do it, and then they come and watch me. It's pretty good. I enjoy that side of it.
And that's what people asked, that they were saying, well, we don't get to see our competitors, what they're doing, because we always had to watch the front of the field or the back of the field where they were. So this way they can go and see their equals and see what their lines are and how they're doing it.
Fantastic, fantastic. So then leading on from there into August, we've got the Make Smoking History premier event, Targa West.
Yeah, that's the big one. That's what we spend all year working on to make it go. It's a 4-day event. This year we're moving it back to start back into Forest Place.
Yep.
And the Whiteman Park have asked us to have it be finished a bit early, so if there's any issues they can make sure it's all cleaned up in daylight. So we need to start the event a little bit earlier. It'll be in Forest Place. We'll still go out and do the 2 runs both ways at Whiteman Park. New for this year is we're working with the Shire of Chittering to get the Muchet stage back, which we haven't run, I think it's 2010 since we last ran that. It's only a little stage, but it's a town stage, and the Muchet people absolutely love it, so we can see that being a big thing. And the City of Swan and the Ellenbrook Community Collective have asked us to run a stage in Ellenbrook.
Yep.
So after we've been to Muchet, the plan is to come into Ellenbrook in the main street, and that's the name of it, is Main Street, and have like the Kalamunda and the Forestfield Service Park.
Yep.
And they're going to have a family-friendly festival in the main area there. It's only a little stage out the back. It'll go through pretty quickly. So at 6 o'clock the competition will start. At the back of the shops, the back of Bunnings, in that little area there. Almost a 2K stage, run it twice, and it'll just...
Fantastic little square. Yep.
Whatever happens in Ellenbrook, the community comes out. They're telling us it could be 5,000 or 10,000 spectators come out. So
there's a lot of young families up there.
There is, yeah, and they're just chasing for activities to come to Ellenbrook. So when they found out, well, we've been talking to them for some years about what we can do, and we've now locked it away. So that's getting processed by the City of Swan, and I'm fairly confident it'll be approved.
Oh, that'll be fantastic.
Yeah.
Big coup for the event. Just
it
to
is.
Liven up and change Friday, definitely, you know.
Yeah, yep.
And then Saturday, how's it running for
That
Saturday?
was Thursday.
Oh, Thursday, sorry, yeah, Thursday.
On Friday.
We throw that into Friday, we're in trouble.
On Friday, it'll be very similar to the Mundaring-Weir Road Kalamunda stage, both ways again.
Yep.
But between one of the stages, we're trying to put a stage together out in Parkerville.
Yep.
Which we've been working on since well before Christmas, but no, you've got to go through the process of applying to the councils and doing surveys and going back to the councils, and everything's looking very positive at the moment, so we're still waiting to see where we'll end up with that. So that's a nice little 6K stage in Parkerville that we'll just run the once this year if we get approval.
Yep.
The service park in Kalamunda will be on the top of the hill. City of Kalamunda absolutely love the event and get right behind it, as you know, with a bit of a festival there on top of the hill and things going on. So,
from a competitive point of view, it's fantastic to pull up into the town site there, and there's people everywhere, and they're playing band, and people singing, and everyone's having a drink and like coffee and a chat, and come over and ask us questions. It's fantastic. I really enjoy that side of it.
It's so important for competitors and our sponsors and officials, everyone, that the event just doesn't become competition, because it's not what it's all about. It's a festival, and it's an event, it's competition, it's everything all combined. So we keep trying to do that wherever we can.
Well, I think that's the thing with Targa, isn't it? Targa is not, doesn't that go flat track racing? Targa is about being on public roads, which is why we have speed limits, safety aspect of it as well. And they are just public roads that we do race on, so we're very, very privileged to be able to do that.
And we can't just ask these communities to shut their roads down without giving them something back. And the something back is the community festival, where the shops win, the locals win, and everyone goes, wow, what a great day, rather than just us being greedy and roaring around on their roads. So it works in well. And so the final two, Friday, will be the service park down in the Forestfield Shopping Centre. Yep. And that seemed to work. We just need to make it a bit bigger this year. Yep. And then back into Northbridge. And I know the guys want to get home to go to bed, but once again, it's an essential part of promoting the event promoting our sponsors to the people, and thousands of people come in and see the cars.
Well, City of Perth invest in it quite considerably. They let us shut
yes.
Riverside Drive down,
Yep.
use the car park for the day, you know.
And the start there in Forest Place. So
Yeah.
City of Perth are huge supporters of the event. So once again, bring something into their town and liven up Northbridge.
Yeah, and that's right. Brings us into there to the restaurateurs, buying dinner and so forth, and everyone wins.
The City of Perth did a survey on the event last year, and we were rating right up there high with some of the really good figures. A number of people have come in to see the event and support the event and heard the event, and the restaurateurs saying it was one of the best nights of the year. So it's well received. Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic. So we're moving on to Saturday, Ross. What are the stages for Saturday looking like this year?
Shire of Tujo have been our supporters from day one, and so we're back up the Shire of Tujo. So yeah, same, but there's some great stages up there. I know you love Colonel Highlands going over the top there.
Yeah,
so,
I've addicted to that one.
And all the other stages there, the spectators love them, and so we're looking forward to the Tujo stages and 3 loops in and out of the service park. Once again, going back to the town. Over at Maryville, we've been able to just extend the stage a little bit more. In fact, one of the residents said, well, why don't you go past my place? So you think, well, how can we do that? So
some changes there again.
And strangely in Maryville, one of the problems we got is the number of people saying, bring the event past my place, whereas when you start these things out, everyone's going, oh, I don't want this Targa West, and now they're saying, telling us off if we don't go past their house.
Well, funny story in Maryville Downs. One of the streets there is quite long. It's a straight section, and we're going down there a couple of years ago, and there's a guy standing on the side of the road. He's flashing his shirt up at us and having a great time, you know, and waving, and they're just lots of people out and about. So.
Maryville and Bullsbrook, because it's later in the afternoon, absolutely love it. So 20k stage run twice through Maryville, down to the Bullsbrook stages, which are as good as any tarmac railing that you're going to get through those stages. So just finishes the day off nicely with some great competition.
Yep, and service park in Bullsbrook again as
back into
previous years.
Yep.
So moving on to Sunday, Ross, we've got drift car demo in Malaga, so Malaga stage is on again. How's that all coming on?
No, the Malaga stage is a great stage, and the drift demo just gives us, while we're moving things around and getting the stages restarted again, they come out from 5 or so minutes, and the spectators love it rather than this being nothing happening. If you're doing these sorts of things and you don't keep the activity going, people drift off because they think, oh, it's finished. Well, by bringing out the drift cars, it just keeps the activity going. And strangely, when we started doing the parade a few years ago, everyone just loved it immediately, and now competitors and the officials and the spectators say you've got to have the parade built into it. So we're doing that, and we've just tidied up that little bit to make that flow a bit easier. And then from Targa West, of course, the cars come back down to Riverside Drive, but before Targa West gets there, we're running the Targa City Sprint, which is for the speed event series type guys.
And some of the same cars that are non-Targa compliant that run rally sprint can run the city sprint as well.
Yep. So that's, and we've changed the course again. I know we keep changing that stage, but it will now be running in the reverse direction to what we've ran it last year. It just means that the guys on the start line can see things a little bit better, which means they can push the cars through a bit quicker because they're more confident and safer. Last year, with about 6 weeks' notice, we started up the celebration of motorsport, and we're well on track to get that up and get that bigger. The motorcycle guys are right behind it. We're working with various different other forms of categories of motorsport. It's not just cars, it's motorbikes, jet boats,
all sorts of drag cars and that down there as well last year.
Speedway cars. One of the hits last year was the remote control cars that were going over jumps. There was the soap boxes down there, and we're working to have plenty of activity down there as well. So, and then of course there's the Shannon's Classic on the park. All the really
so you really
nice
could
cars.
Call that Big Boys Toys.
You could. Like you don't expect to keep spectators there for 8 hours watching. You'd have to be diehards. But the City of Perth, once it started to work, they said, well, how can we keep it so that it's not just zoom cars going past? So that's why the Classics on the Park was created, and now the celebration of motorsport. So families come down, it's not just watching competition, it's going looking at cars, old cars, nice cars,
Yep.
motorsport of all types. So, and like the soapbox guys told us after last year, they had 10 new competitors turn up, and I think it was even more than that, of just going up to their next event just because they'd seen them on down on Langley Park. So
yeah, get the opportunity to see them, have a chat to some people, and, and learn about some different fun sports.
So all those who did it last year said, yeah, we'll be back and we're bringing our friends. So we're looking at that, making that a lot bigger.
So and it's your 15th year of Targa West this year?
Yeah, it's a pretty special year for us. 10 years in down at Targa Southwest and 15 years for Targa West. So yeah, it was planned for 15 years, I suppose, 16 years ago when we started, but we're still going and still going strong. And so the rally sprints have come in, and originally it was just Targa West and then Southwest and then the rally sprints, and the whole thing just keeps on growing. So we'll have a big celebration at the Hyatt Hotel after all the presentations and everything else. So.
And you've got some competitors that have done all 15 years with you?
Just the one.
One now?
Yeah. Nigel Jones is the last one who's done all events, so it'll be a pretty special weekend for Nigel, and we'll celebrate that one way or another. So, quite a few have done 13 and 14, but Nigel's the only one who's done all 15. Yeah.
Well, I think that Matt and I, it's our 6th year in at Targa West, and we love it, you know. And I remember the first time we finished Targa West, and you've leaned through the window and gone, "Welcome to tarmac rallying, boys." And we got our finishing medal, and we were stoked, you know. And we did rally sprint before that, so we came along to rally sprint, and so many people helped us out at rally sprint to find a groove and what to do. And blokes like Bill Staggold, who gave us a lot of information. And I sort of myself, I try
you're beating him. He probably regrets that.
He probably does, yeah. And like I try to help young Cody Harris out, with information that we can help him out. So he hopefully come along and be the next sort of Pete Major.
One of the best parts of the whole Targa West is doing the medallions over people's necks, just to see the grin from ear to ear of elation of finishing it, but just the joy of being part of such an event. And it's just great to see people. And then on the reverse side, those who don't get to the finish, you can just see them going, "Oh, I should be there." But it's motorsport. Not everyone gets to finish.
Well, I finished second last year. Matt and I finished second, and I was pretty stoked with that. And then I looked over, and there's a Porsche lady who is just standing there cheering because she has got a finishing medal and she's done tour, and she was stoked, And you've got to love that side of it, that they've come out onto the roads with even the tour, and and just enjoyed exactly what we do as well, So the tour is a fabulous thing for people to be able to just come and have a little bit of a try and see, what it's all about.
It is, and like it's not cheap, so you've got to make sure that when people get to Sunday afternoon, that they've got every cent of value out of it, of enjoyment of being part of something, and that's part of what it all is, isn't it?
Yeah, well, the tour guys came back like in Maryville Downs, and we hadn't gone yet, so I was chatting to some of them, and they were excitable little Vegemites. I was certainly impressed.
Yeah, and that'll be back again, of course. Yes, looking forward to it.
Good. All right, well, we'll see you out there. Thanks, Ross, for having a chat.
Thanks, mate.
Thank you.